Hi, it's Gary with Successful Gardens, and today it finally came in the mail. I'm talking about my Baker Creek whole seed catalog. But what's the big deal about the whole seed catalog? It beats everything hands down. Being the world's largest seed catalog, over 500 pages of seed selections. Now, the interesting thing about the Baker Seed Company is the fact that it is heirloom, 100% heirloom seeds that you can find in their catalogs. And they have scoured the world over to find and offer some of the most exciting seeds. Now, seed catalogs, they're a dime a dozen. By March, I usually have received over 30 different seed catalogs in the mailbox, and it's just one company after another. And there's only a handful of those seed companies that I order from. Ones that I trust, some that I have ordered for years. There are some seed companies that I will only buy from. And it's just a personal choice at that point. The interesting thing about the Baker Seed Company and their offering of the whole seed catalog, it is huge. Like I said, the whole seed catalog is their complete inventory, over 532 pages. And that particular catalog that they offer, I ordered mine back in, I think it was July of this year. And I got a discount on it. But if you want to order it, you can go online, you can request a catalog. It's $15, $14.99. You don't want to spend the money, $15 for a seed catalog. They do offer a free catalog that you can request and get it sent to you. I was looking on my bookshelf and I have the whole seed catalog from 2025. This was last year's. I've got 2024. For some odd reason, I can't throw them away. And then I found my first whole seed catalog that I bought from Baker Creek, and it is 2016. But the fun thing about this catalog, it's just not pages of just varieties. There is so much information and about the seeds, their history, some of their planting techniques, the history behind them. And every year they change what topics they talk about. Here's a picture of their staff, and from 2016, and some of the things that they do. So it's one of those books, reference guides, call it an encyclopedia, that you just don't want to throw away. And so I did something fun last year. I was curious about the catalog and some of the things that they were offering. And I went through, and I like to grow a lot of different varieties of peppers and tomatoes. And so I went through and I decided, how many peppers do they offer? Well, I counted them. On the hot peppers, last year they were offering 59. Sweet peppers, they offered about 37 different varieties of sweet peppers. Now, these peppers range from seed sources and from all over the world. And so it's always fun to grow and decide. The hardest thing is to decide which ones you want to do it. But then I counted their tomatoes. 115 different varieties of heirloom tomatoes. Now, if you are looking for common varieties that you find at the local greenhouse, you're not going to find them in this seed catalog. There's just too many fun, unique heirloom varieties from around the world that they offer. And so it's an incredible catalog and resource. So this year's offering, love the beautiful pictures of of the sunflowers that they're showing on the front page. But as it goes through, you're going to find the legacy, the story. You're going to be introduced to the Gettle family. This is Jer and his wife and their kids. Here's a fun little picture of Jer back in 1983 when he looks like shucking corn with his grandma. And that's where the love of gardening comes from. I can really relate because I have those memories of learning gardening techniques from my grandma too. All of this is in this catalog, and that makes this catalog such a wonderful treat. And so here's a fun little, as I'm flipping through the pages, here's showing some carrots that can grow from Asia, that can grow 5 feet deep. Now, I happen to live in Wyoming. My clay, hard-packed soil, I'm lucky if I can have good enough soil that my carrots will only grow, maybe 8 to 10 inches if I plant the right varieties. But can you imagine growing carrots that have tap roots that can exceed 5 feet? Flowers from across the world. And of course, here's my favorite section, and I've already gone through it, but I haven't counted how many varieties of peppers they're offering. But I do see some of these varieties that are new this year compared to what they had to offer last year. So I'll definitely spend some time in these sections, and of course in the tomato section. And so always some fun. Now, if you're not one that enjoys paper catalogs, seed catalogs anymore, and I can't imagine anybody not enjoying flipping through a seed catalog, looking at all the pictures, looking at the varieties, looking at even recipes of what you can do with all of these fun different varieties that you might grow in your garden. Is that you can go onto their website, rareseed.com, and find and just click through all of the pages. Now, in the United States, all of the seed packets, they have free shipping. They do ship international. You can purchase international, but you have to do that online. So if you want a fun experience, take a look at the Baker Seed Catalog, also known as the Whole Seed Catalog, for varieties of seeds that you might actually be excited about growing in your garden, because there's no ordinary seed out of this seed catalog. Until next time, thanks for watching. This is Gary with Successful Gardens, and remember, let's get growing.